Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Ginger Snaps, the podcast that satisfies all of your life young adult needs. Right? Just want to welcome you guys back. If you have been here before, welcome back. How you doing? It's good to see you. It's been since last week. Nice. How the kids? How the wife? How's the husband? How's the house and the dog? And if you're new here, it's so good to see you. Welcome to the podcast. This podcast is just, our little corner of the internet where I rant about the things that are life. Or I talk about some topics, just share my journey, not in a way an expert. I guess I'm just a young adult out here trying to make it. So if you are into that, if you're that kind of person, if you want to come hang out with us, please come over here and hang out with us, right? I just share my journey on here. Other people share their journey. You can share your journey in the comments, all those types of things, right? And we're going to get into today's topic. It might be a little juicy, we'll see. Today's topic, right, is social media. We're going to talk about social media, trends, and just kind of all the hoopla that comes with social media. So how social media is a scam, and also how people are sheep, and so we're gonna get into that. And this topic of conversation is in no way black or white. It's not everybody. It's not generalization. Like, oh, everybody on social media, all the people on social media, or every platform, every post. It's not like that, right? I've just noticed some things over the years. I've been on social media for a long time, since middle school, and I got my phone, honey. It wasn't even my phone. I got on social media when I was in middle school, and I remember I got an iPod Touch. That's when the iPod Touch was first out here, girl. I had the iPod Touch. I actually didn't even have a touchscreen phone. I had a little, what is that? A little Nokia, right? You only can dial numbers, maybe play a little bit of Tetris on it or something like that, little game, but none of that. I had minutes, all that kind of stuff. Cause my parents did not want me talking on the phone for no long time, and so they gave me a little. They was like, "You gonna call me, maybe your siblings, and 911." They said that's all you got. I said, heard that, right? I still got in conversations with friends, but anyway, I got on Instagram for the first time. Instagram and YouTube for the first time on my iPod Touch when I was in middle school. Cause honey, back in the day, mindless behavior was all the rage, and I was in love, right? And so I would watch them on BET and everything, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to get I gotta be able to watch them on demand. And my parents got me an iPod Touch for Christmas. Oh boy, when I say I would play the mess out of those songs they got for Christmas. So that's when Christmas with My Girl came out, right? That was when that was popping. Anyway, though, that's when I first got into social media. So social media has been through many different trends, many different phases, all those type of things. It's been through a roller coaster, right? Some ups, some downs, some highs, some lows. And one thing I will say is, like, social media has its pros and its cons. So what I love, right, is things like here, like where I can connect and I can talk to people and I can share my journey and I can, just share a little bit of my story, talk to people who might feel the same, people who might feel different, and just make those meaningful connections. On social media, you can find your crew, you can find your people, you can chill with your people and just find people from all over the world, from all over the country, from all over the world, and that speak different languages. You could just really make connections with people, and that's what I love about social media. You can make connections. You can also cultivate your career and network. Like if you're a basket weaver, you can make a basket weaving Instagram page, and now people trying to buy your baskets, right? Because you're weaving, honey. Or like, just music you can do on there, which I'm doing. Your girl's a music producer, a music teacher, music producer, writing lyrics and stuff. You could do that, podcasting, videos, all types of things. So social media is fantastic. It is so good to connect. It is so good to share your passions, your photography, your love, which, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's why Instagram was created, because like on there it was like for photographers and artists and stuff like that. And so there are so many things that you can find, make meaningful connections, entertainment, of course, get a good laugh in, and just figure out what's going on with other people. And I think it's fantastic for that. The the con of social media, right? Because there are a lot of pros, a lot of great things, but there are also things I feel like on social media that are holding people back. And I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, so this podcast is raw, real, unfiltered. Like, this is what you see is what you get. I'm recording. There's no editing, but putting an intro, outro, and thumbnail on this puppy. So I'm gonna share a variety of opinions, mine, other people that I know, and share yours in the comments on what you think. I think that although with all the pros that social media has, social media also has a lot of cons, and I think that people need to call them out for what it is. And yeah, so one of the cons of social media is you have constantly you have constant information overload, right? And so the internet is fantastic for getting information, but also there's information overload, and that can lead to misinformation. So of course, by the time we're recording, there's just been a lot of things going on. There's just always a lot of things going on. But one thing with information overload is there's always something trending, something popping, and people have 15,000 opinions that they get out the side of their neck, or without any like real basis. I understand people have like, of course, an opinion is, what you believe to be true, your thoughts, all this kind of things. But then people also say things that are not true, or they generalize, and social media is not black and white. There's no everybody's doing this, nobody's doing that. There's no everybody or no one, right? There's like mixture of people from different backgrounds doing different things. And so one thing I've noticed is that there's a lot of misinformation. Oh my gosh, Sally Sue said this. What? It's like telephone, right? So Sally Sue said this, and then it goes through like 15 other people's accounts, and by the time it comes out, Sally Sue then did backflips, cheated on her boyfriend. It's a lot. It could be a lot of drama, and it could be a lot of drama over something that was totally not true, and that people talk and share their 2 cents about things that are not true and that can harm somebody else. So that's the downside of it, right? I'm on, doing this podcast. I don't claim to be an expert, right? You can feel how you feel. You can be how you be, right? If you're like, no, Jen, you're completely wrong, girl, bye. Then that's fine. That's totally fine, right? But I'm just sharing my experience. But I've had experiences where it's like telephone and misinformation is given out. Even when it comes to like world news stuff. This has just happened in that country over there, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, what? That didn't even happen. Or like, this actor has died. That actor is running marathons, miles, backflipping, doing yoga and stuff. Just misinformation. And the thing with misinformation is that, okay, you get a piece of information, and I've noticed that some people on social media, they get the information and they run with it. They don't verify, they don't check the facts, they don't research, they just run with it. Oh my gosh, she said that. I gotta repost. And they repost without a thought, because it's like reposting is so easy to do. You get on there, you see that Johnny said this, you repost immediately. Right now Johnny's canceled, and that might not even have been the case. Right now there are some times where people have been canceled and should have been canceled because what you was doing was illegal, treacherous, and criminal. You need to get off the internet, you need to be banned, right? But then there are also things that happen that it's just people have all these opinions on it and nobody has done the research. Like events going on in the world, things going on in the news, stuff happening, and everybody's like, oh, I think. And it's okay to say that you think you feel, but you need to make sure that is okay. I think this, I feel this, rather than people are getting on and stating like, no, this is what happened because my perception was this, and that your perception becomes reality, that because I perceived it this way, because I heard it this way, because I thought of it this way, when you said it to me, it is true, it is fact. And it's like, there's a sense of arrogance, and let's just be honest, there's a sense of arrogance where I saw it, I heard it, and I am right. I'm gonna die on the hill of being right. And it's just like, it's okay, like I said, to have opinions. I have many opinions and thoughts and stuff like that, but you also have to realize, like, you need to do your research. When you hear something, just because you heard it from this source, just because you've seen it, just because, there are just so many different sides to a story, and that you shouldn't just get something, take it for face value, and run with it. There are so many different things. Everything's not black and white, and just because you hear 10 people say it in a row does not make it fact, does not make it true. And that's how people get hurt, that's how things get spread around, that's how people get misinformed. And so that brings me to, like, I guess my long first point is that people are sheep. And people believe, and when I say people, like, I don't want to generalize, right? Because we have a lot of beautiful, brilliant, educated minds on social media. Do not get me wrong. Relax, bro. We got a lot of beautiful, brilliant, educated minds on social media. Do not get me wrong, right? There are people who are out here researching and sharing and loving and all those kind of things. But then we also have, people who don't, and people who just believe what they see. And so, yeah, I just a reminder that opinion is not fact. Right? My opinions are not fact. I might feel this way, I might think this way, I might perceive it this way, but just because I think, feel, and perceive doesn't mean that it is rooted in fact, doesn't mean that it is true. And so we have to remember that people on social media, just because you have a social media page and you might have a lot of cute photos, you better do you boo, right? Doesn't mean that you are an expert at everything that's going on. Doesn't mean that we should take everybody's word as liquid gold, right? You got to remember, social media is entertainment, right? It's like reality TV. This is reality TV. This is my real life. Yeah, how many times did you record that scene when you was crying about Susie doing blah blah blah? I can't believe it. Then the producers are like, girl, record it again, girl. You didn't cry enough. More tears. I can't believe it. Throw some stuff next time, honey. You got to throw some stuff out the window, okay? Show us you really hurt. You know what I mean? It's like reality TV. And I know we all enjoy good a little dabble of drama. We all enjoy, the hoopla and the shenanigans, right? I enjoy some hoopla and shenanigans too. I'll be like, give me the tea. Tell me what's going on. Because, what happened there? I'll be trying to listen too. But at the same time, you also have to realize, like, this is not reality. That people are posting stuff that they think looks good, stuff that they think is nice, stuff that they think will also give them likes and get recognized and stuff like that. So you have to remember that. And that's not everybody. Like I said, not generalizing. That's not everybody. But it's people, right? It's some people on there. And that we have to remember that opinion is not fact, but also too, we have to be careful to not adopt the thoughts and beliefs of others. That you might not have it figured out. Nobody has it figured out, right? And it's okay to take in somebody's thoughts, take in somebody's opinions, and reflect and register and research and figure out, okay, how do I feel about that? That's okay. But when you hear somebody say something for the first time and automatically you're on the bandwagon of, yeah, that sounds good, let's go get the pitchforks. It's just like, no, honey. You gotta have your own thoughts, your own ideas. Just because these 1,000 people over here say that this is true and that this is going on and it's on and popping doesn't mean that to be so. So we have to make sure. You should definitely get second thoughts, and you need to confirm stuff before you put stuff out, repost, and just state it as fact, right? And I mean, it's just what it is. And that's just kind of, yeah. So I think that people can be sheep, and that we can all fall into that, oh, I see it on social media, I want to repost and get into it, right? And so that's not always the best. So yeah. Another thing with social media is the comparison game, right? Along with people giving their thoughts, opinions, and facts, people also compare themselves to other people. You see all these people, and I'm just gonna speak from a place of like honesty, I'm 25 years old, right? So I'm mid 20s, and one of the biggest discouraging things that I've seen is that there are 18-year-olds with 10 houses, 15 cars, and all these other things. Yeah, that's materialistic, but let's be honest. We all want nice things. We want nice things. We want nice cars, nice homes. You want a nice lifestyle, right? And that's fine. Nothing wrong with that as long as it's not running you, and it's your complete motivation. There's nothing wrong with wanting those things, to want nice things. But one big thing, especially in the past, was that I see all these younger people that are younger than me, that seem like they're further in life. It seems like, Johnny moved out of his parents' house when he was 18, and now he has a car, and now he's making all this money, and now he can be on Instagram flexing cash and all this jewelry, and just all the, like, life just looks fantastic, luxurious, going to the Maldives, everything. And I've seen that, right? And so you get into this comparison. You get into, dang, I don't have that type of money. Dang, I still live with my parents. Dang, I don't have a car like that, or I don't have a car at all. I'm not making 6, 7, 8 figures. I'm making, my minimum wage or my salary, or I'm just not making that much money to be flexing like that, right? And they're people that flex, money, that flex. And I mean, they're not saying all flexing is bad. I get it. You want to flex, you want to do all those kind of things. That's fine. But at the same time, it's like, whew, it makes me feel some type of way. Especially, like I said, especially in the past. I'm a lot better about it now. But especially in the past, I really was comparing myself. My latest comparison, I guess you could say, which I'm coming off of, but it still affects me, is just body. Like, so right now we're in this body positivity, right? People are like, let your stomach do what it do. Let your, the cellulite, the stomach, everything. You're beautiful as you are. Which you are. You're beautiful as you are. Before we got into this era, to this stage, remember, right before this, we were in like a BBL stage, right, where everybody had no stomach, big butt, no cellulite, no back rolls, all that kind of stuff. Everything was sculpted and perfect and snatched. Everybody had hourglass, pear shape, all those kind of things. And then it's like, what if I don't have an hourglass? What if I don't have a pear shape? What if I have fupa? What if I have stomach? I got cellulite. My knees is cracking and stuff. My hips ain't hipping. You know what I mean? And so it's just like, what am I supposed to do? And all this attention, all this, like, hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people are like, oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, girl, come here, girl. Oh, it's looking great. You know what I mean? And it's like, you're selling body. I'm selling body. I'm selling silhouette. And something, hey, I'm not saying, girl, if you snatched. I mean, I'm not, we all want to get a little, ain't nothing wrong with that. But there was a time and a place where it was like, that was it. That was the beauty standard, that if you don't look like this, you're not getting attention. I don't care about your craft. I don't care about your intellect. I want you to look like this. I want you to be like this. I want you to have this, that, and the other, right? And it made me feel some type of way, and it still makes me feel some type of way. And, because I'm just like, what if I don't want to do that? Another thing is like, what if I don't want to look like this? Or what if I don't want to look like that? What if I don't have problems with my tummy and having some fupa? Because that's natural. And I'm, I want to be healthy, but I'm also, I don't want to be stick thin, because that was a phase too. And just this constant comparison, people are putting out like the beauty standards, the financial standards, just where, this is what the top of your game looks like. I'm beautiful. I'm rich. I got everything going on, and you're seeing that from their page constantly. I always have my best lighting. I always have money. I always have this. Everything is great. Everything is perfect. Everything looks fantastic for me, and I'm thriving 24/7, 25/8. When I sleep, I thrive. When I wake up, I thrive. And I'm just like, when I woke up this morning, I didn't want to get out of bed, and I was tired. And I wasn't motivated to work out, and I don't have crazy amounts of money. You know what I mean? And so it's just like, it's this comparison, because then I got into like, okay, well, I don't have money like that, especially when I was out of school. Okay, I'm still trying to, figure it out. Oh, shoot, I'm 20-something, still living with my parents. Okay, dang, people just get out of college and just straight be ready, just be independent. Oh, wow, their business just took off immediately. Oh, wow, they just started yesterday, and now they're making millions of dollars, and oh, wow, she worked out for 2 days, and she looked like that. Let me tell you, that stuff is a facade. It is a facade, and that's what we have to remind myself. It's a facade. Now, some people out here getting it. Nothing wrong with that, but the facade is not you thriving. If you're thriving, honey, thrive. I love it for you. If you want to show us that you're thriving, okay, that's not, but the issue is the facade of, I never struggle. I've never been poor. I've never had any other type of body, And I see it because nothing's wrong with rebranding yourself. But if you notice, once they get that different look, and I've seen it because I've seen somebody do it. Once they get a different look, they get the extra, they delete all their previous photos of what they used to look like. And now they only, And I feel like there's nothing wrong with you wanting to rebrand yourself. There's nothing wrong with, okay, if that's what you want, I want my page to be aesthetically pleasing like this. But, honey, I would love to have seen that, hey, this is what, this is where I came from, and this is where I am now. I am a person, I personally connect with the journey, because the journey is hard, and I'm struggling right now, and I want to see how you went through the journey and how you made it. I want to see where you came from. I want to see where you started from, because guess what? 9 times out of 10, where you started from, I am now, and I want to see you. I don't want to just see your results. I want to see your journey. I don't just want to see that I've made it now. Everything is perfect. Everything is thriving. Everything is great. I want to see reality. I want to see, because guess what? I'm a person, and me as a person, me that's not a robot, I want to see like, Susie, girl, you used to eat like, like this, and now you eat like this, you eat cleaner. Why? I want to see the journey. Why you used to be like this and now you're like this? Why you used to, be just like me, working 9 to 5, struggling, hustling. Then you started owning your own business after, 10 years of struggling through it and working. Like, I want to see the struggle, because guess what? I cannot identify with you at the top and everything has already worked out. I can identify with, this is my journey. I've struggled. I've suffered. I've had a tough time. That's what I want to see. I want to make a connection, because guess what? I'm going through it. I'm crying. I'm restless. I'm tired. I'm hustling. I'm struggling. And all I see is that you've been thriving forever and you've never struggled. How discouraging is that for me? And I'm not saying it's anybody's job to encourage me, but at the same time, it's like, I just really wish there were, like, I just really wish and want for more authenticity. Now, we got people on here that are authentic. Like, there are some people I follow now on Instagram that are so authentic, so real, so them, like, they, like, I look like this today, I'm like this today, I'm feeling like this today, but it's okay, I'm gonna keep it pushing. That's what I want to see, and that's just where I am in my journey right now. And I feel like a lot of other people are. I feel like you guys are too, because there are a lot of people, like, if you notice, vlogs are starting to, pop up again, and people are really starting to enjoy realistic stuff that might not necessarily be aesthetic, right? I've seen YouTubers like, oh, well, you guys say you want to see more raw and real. Well, you know what? There you go. That's why raw and real, honey. I'm gonna get some water because I'm thirsty. If y'all want me to do ASMR, just say that. Also, too, while we're sitting here, quick shout out to my water bottle that's always sitting on the side. This is my water bottle. Am I not sponsored? I can't show y'all that I'm not sponsored. But this is my favorite. It's me every day of my life. These are my water bottle stickers. Remember, I am a teacher. Eve. My Eve and Wally. Oh, I don't know if y'all peeped the tears of the students. All right, let's get into the next one. So, next point. When it comes to, and this kind of goes in when it comes to, like, the comparison, and when it comes to, like, people showing certain sides of them. Just a reminder, and this goes for me too. So, anytime I'm telling y'all, like, this, I'm reminding myself too. I have to give myself a pep talk. That's why I do this. So I can watch them. I watch my podcast back and be like, you right, girl. You better get up. Right? People don't have it figured out. Dearly beloved, we are here. We are gathered here today for this thing called life. Like Prince told you, people don't have it figured out. None of us know what's going on. I mean, maybe some people do know what's going on. But, like, the people at the top that's pulling the strings, they might know. But, like, I know I don't. I just live every day, one day at a time, trying to figure out my life, trying to figure out my existence, what's my purpose, what's my destiny, what am I put here for? What do I need to do? What are my next steps? I don't have it figured out. I know I don't. I have some things that are more together, but I don't have everything figured out. And that is okay. Like, this is life. Life, bro. This is life. And I was talking to somebody from high school. She knows who she is because she's one of my first subscribers. I love you, girl. I don't want to say your name because, she might not want me to put her out there like that. But we reconnected, and I was talking to her on Instagram. We were messaging. And I was like, girl, you followed me and subscribed to me, back last year when I did my vlogs last summer. And I was just so appreciative of that because we hadn't talked in a while. Excuse me. And I was asking her about life. And she said life. I think she said life be life or something like that. And I was just like, I feel it because, like, anybody who's, like, from my high school, right? I'm not going to lie to you guys. When we were in high school, I thought life was going to be way different, y'all. I am not where I thought I was going to be because life be life and things take time. Things take time. And on social media, they make us seem like in 2 days you can get this, and 1 day you can get this, in 3 days you can get this. No, things take time. Nothing happens overnight. You're not going to all of a sudden just wake up one day and you're like, oh, I'm perfect. Let me tell you, if I find out how to do it, I will share. But I'm perfect. I'm rich. I'm skinny. I'm blonde. was thinking of a song, but it's not just like, oh, I'm just gonna, wake up one day and everything's just gonna fall into place. And that's another thing too with some of the fitness stuff that be on there. Some of the fitness things that be on. I'm fooling around with this thing. This thing is giving me the blues. Yeah, I like this. This little shawl little thing. I got this at Old Navy. It's the bomb. But anyway, I love it. But off topic, Jen. But some of this fitness stuff. Now, there's some fitness stuff where it's like, honey, you better work out. You better work it, girl. Do your crunches, do all that kind of stuff. Get up, eat that broccoli, eat that salmon, whatever, right? And then you got stuff that's like, if you would like to have your dream body in the next 5 days, please do this. If you would like to have your dream body in 2 weeks, do this. Realistically, right? Like I said, I'm 25. So 25, we're supposed to be in the hype of, all that kind of stuff. When you're younger, your metabolism's cool, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, I don't have no basis of research. Do your own research, But, I gotta keep doing my crunches and my sit-ups and my pull-ups and stuff like that. Like, your body don't just snatch overnight. So don't believe it if it does. Let me get a little closer. Your body just doesn't snatch overnight. So don't believe that. Don't believe that. None of those kind of things. False products, bro. I saw some stuff online. It was like, we'll get you snatched, right? And this goes with the fitness. We'll get you snatched in 3 days. I was like, you are a 3-day lie, honey. If you think you're going to rub something on your body and get abs, and it's just going to happen, and you're not going to be in the gym doing crunches, and you're not going to eat no vegetables, and you're not going to work out, and it's just going to magical. They done took your money. They done hoodwinked you, honey. They took your money and hoodwinked you. So please don't fall for those types of things. It's all a scam. And that's one thing when I was like, social media has become such an escape for people, which is why, like, other forms of social media, like entertainment, is on there. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with you escaping and being entertained, because, honey, I'd be on Pinterest in a minute looking at dream homes, in a hot second, looking at dream fashion and all those kind of things, right? But it's like, you also have to know how to separate social media from reality. Some of it is reality on there, some of it is not, but you have to know how to separate it, and you have to know how to discern and decipher what's going on. That everything that's on there is not truth, everything that's on there is not fact, and that people are struggling, people are human, and nobody's perfect. And I don't care how perfect they make their life seem, how much money they have, how much this, that, and the other they have, they still have problems, they still have issues, and they're still a person. They're still dealing with life and real emotions and real things. So don't let it fool you, that facade of, I can, blah, 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 blah. But between that and going back to, like, when I'm talking about, like, people are sheep, like, and like I said, I'm not generalizing, not everybody, but we also have to be careful that we don't believe everything that we see, that everything that we hear, we don't believe. You can't believe everything you hear on the news. What makes you think you're going to believe everything that comes out of somebody's fingertips? People are constantly on their phone, ready to type and ready to go. You have to be careful about that. And just be careful that you're not falling into that comparison and into that belief that people's lives are just perfect. Because they're not. People show you what they want you to see. They don't show you the reality. They show you what they think is going to look good, what's going to get liked, what's going to sell, what's going to prosper online, and what's going to be aesthetically pleasing. And I love, just as the next person, some aesthetically pleasing stuff. But like I said, at the same time, I also want to see some real. I want to see what you really are going through, what you really are struggling with, right? There's a lot of distraction and lies. Be careful with that. A lot of distraction, a lot of lies. You know what I'm saying? Stuff, because there was a whole era that we went through for about 4 years that I feel like was full of distraction and lies. And I feel like people kept blaming a particular individual for the distraction and lies that were going on, when in fact, it wasn't that particular individual we should have been looking at. It was the stuff that was going on behind the scenes, because they didn't pull and reverse some laws and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't want to get too political, but they were pulling and reversing some laws and stuff like that while we were sitting there looking at what that person was saying, doing, and they were tap dancing and, ooh, look at me. Ooh, look at me, right? They were doing all that, and while they were doing that, some other people was on the side doing some other stuff, right? Puppeteering and all those kind of things. And so I feel like those things are distractions. You just gotta be careful. Stay diligent out here in these streets. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Be like Truman on the Truman Show. Find the truth. Yes. And if you saw my last podcast. So my last podcast was about mental health, anxiety, depression, all those kind of things. And from that last podcast, I realized the effect also too, because like I said, we're just going in on social media on this episode. I realized that there was something else about that I wanted to tie in, because like I talked about perfectionism, right? And I realized that as I was preparing for this podcast, there was a lot of overlap. That, okay, I'm a perfectionist, but why? Why are you a perfectionist? And a part of that is that comparison, that people are hustling, living the life of their dreams, and I'm not there yet. I'm not at my life of my dreams. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm blessed. God has truly blessed me. I am very grateful, very thankful. But there's always like, oh, I want more, I want this, I want that, or this person's life looks so nice, and that I desire that. And so hustle culture has been built where it's like work, 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 work. You better work, right? So it's just working and hustling and hustling and hustling, and we're so used to hustling. And we look at other people who are hustling. We look at other people post about the hustle. We look at other people who are they're consistent, no days off, no days off, no breaks, no sleep, no this. You don't need to sleep. You only need 2 hours of sleep a night. Let me tell you, if you get 2 hours of sleep at night, research it for yourself. Once again, I am not a medical professional. If you only get 2 hours of sleep at night, every night, honey, you are going to self-destruct and have to be admitted into a hospital. Don't do that to yourself. I only need 2 hours of sleep. I don't need to eat. I just need to work. Don't work yourself to death. That's something I'm working on, because I want to work all the time. I want to work. Don't work yourself to death. Enjoy life. And don't always feel like you have to hustle, like you always have to work. And this is something I'm telling myself. Jen, right? As you're watching this back, girl, take a break. You're not going to miss out. God's pacing, you follow God's pacing and follow his journey, and you don't need to rush. When you take one step, God takes two. Just relax, honey. It's going to all fall in place, because right? Just leave it to the master. Leave it to the creator. He's going to work it all out for you. You just work it out. You just, do what you can, and don't stress yourself out about it. That's a little note from me. And if anybody else can benefit from that, do your thing, boo. But yeah, that hustle culture is really, because they make it look flawless and easy. When I hustle, so I'm a teacher, and right, we work from August to May, to the end of May, almost June. Like, and we're working long days, working with kids and all those kind of things, and it's just like I'm constantly working and lesson planning and doing all those things for the kids, and just trying to constantly just push them, and I'm trying to grow, and I want them to grow, and all those kind of things. And so being on break now, like I'm on, teachers, we get that couple of summer, we get the couple of months in the summer for a break, which is nice. I've been really struggling with, oh my gosh, I have to sit down and have days where I do nothing. And you have to realize, like, it's okay to sit down and have days where you do nothing. It's okay to like take a break from the hustle, to not post, to not be on social media, and to take care of yourself, and to take breaks. Just because you take a break doesn't mean you're gonna fall behind. Just because you're not posting, just because you're not gonna fall behind. And honestly, it's okay to take a break from social media, to not always be on there, to take care of yourself, and to get yourself together, and so you're not falling apart and exhausted out of your mind. It's okay to like not every day hit it. You got to remember that we are people, not machines. We are people, not machines. We can't just morph our bodies. I can't always just push through. Sometimes I'm exhausted. I need to sleep. I can't run off of 1-2 hours of sleep. So that's the thing too. And like I said, everything I'm talking about is also things I struggle with. One of the biggest things, I'm realizing that people care way too much about what other people who don't care about them think. We are so concerned about, how does Johnny see me? How does Susie see me? How will my friends see me? How will my peers look at me if I decide to post a podcast about social media where I'm talking about a lot of things I don't like about social media, even though I'm on social media? Wouldn't I look like a hypocrite? Wouldn't I look silly if I'm doing a podcast when there are plenty of people already out here doing podcasts? I'm recording. I don't have a special camera. I don't have any special equipment. I'm just recording in my bedroom. What are people going to think about me? How are they going to look? How are they going to see me? I might not have the best voice. I don't have the clearest skin. I don't have makeup on. I'm not a makeup person, or, like that right now. I'm just working on myself. What if I look dumb? What if I say the wrong thing? What if I say something people don't agree with? What if I look stupid? What if my lighting is messed up again? Should I stop posting? Maybe I should. Maybe it looks dumb to people. Your girl has had all these thoughts, right? All these different things about, what if I look silly? My lighting on my first 2 videos wasn't fantastic, and I'm trying to figure my lighting situation out. I'm trying to figure my background situation out. I'm just trying to get it together. And watching other people so brilliantly execute a podcast in their beautiful homes and their beautiful living rooms almost discouraged me. And that comes back to the perception thing. The biggest thing that we all have to be careful about and watch out is that we're not perfect, but also, too, that we don't have to be like anybody else. Everybody started from the bottom, whether they show it or not. Not everybody. A lot of people started from the bottom, whether they show it or not. And everybody didn't start perfect and start off with their dream sound system, with their dream location, with dream lighting, with dream backgrounds. And that with social media, just know that, the thing that you bring to the table is you. You don't have to be like anybody else. You don't have to follow the path of anybody else. You don't have to follow the road of anybody else. You just be yourself. Be yourself. Be you, and you'll find the people that can resonate with that. You are unique. You don't have to be a sheep. You don't have to follow everybody's opinions. You don't have to believe everything just because they say it. And your voice is unique, and your mindset is unique, and your look is unique, and you're just you. One thing that has been on my mind, one thing that has really been on my mind since I've been returning to social media is this concept of manifestation. And this might go a little differently than you think. So I've been really looking at people talking about, if you want something, you just need to manifest it. Just manifest it, and it'll happen for you. And I'm like I said, I'm not an expert in that topic. So if you want to find an expert, go somewhere else. I'm just young black 20-year-old girl, 20-something, 25, sharing her opinions online, ranting, right? And I was looking at that, and going back into people just kind of jumping on the bandwagon of stuff that I didn't jump on the manifestation bandwagon, because I don't believe in it, and that is okay. That if you don't believe in something that's popularized, that is fine. I am spiritual, right? I'm not ashamed to call the Lord's name. I believe in God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit. I'm not ashamed to call his name. Because if I'm ashamed of him, he's going to be ashamed of me when you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, but I'm not ashamed, at all. And so I feel like when people jumped on that bandwagon, I disagree, because I'm just like, manifestation, isn't it just faith? Isn't it just another way of relabeling faith? Like, faith, to believe that God is going to work it out. And, and so that's one of the bandwagons I didn't jump on, right? It was a popular opinion, popular topic for everybody, popular, thing, and I didn't agree. I felt like, isn't this just faith? And then also, too, I'm not going to just think on, because let me tell you, if I could think on something hard enough and it just happened for me, I'd be a billionaire right now. If I could just think on it and it just happens for me, I would be a billionaire right now. And, no, you got to put in that work. You got to work. You got to get up out here and do stuff. So it's just a lot. It really is a lot, which is why it's good to always take care of yourself. Like in my last video, like I said, journal, take some deep breaths, handle one thing at a time, because it's a lot. You have a lot of opinions about out here. You have a lot of people who want you to jump on their opinions and want you to believe what they believe, and people who come up with stuff that's not really new, but they relabel it, and they expect you to run up into it, and all those kind of things. So, and social media is a thing. It's a hell of a thing. what I will say is, my advice for me and anyone else that cares for my advice is that do the best that you can. Be yourself. Be unique. Don't follow the trends. I mean, ain't nothing about following a little bit of the trends. If you really are trying to pop off, I understand. You're trying to go with the algorithm and all those kind of things. But just be yourself. You don't have to be like anybody else, because your own unique voice, your own unique thoughts will register with somebody. And that I love you all, and that I love this podcast. I love this space. I'm very excited to be here, and that I'm very happy that I'm able to share my thoughts and opinions on raw and unfiltered in this space. And that as we're here at the end, right, this is just my end thoughts, that I want to say to myself that I'm very proud of myself. That if you met the Ginger of 2 years ago, who's very just timid, I don't want to say timid and shy in a negative way, but I just could have stood up for myself a little more. Maybe the Ginger of 4 years ago, I could have stood up for myself a little more and just been a stronger me. But I am glad that I went through that. And I want to say that you are strong. You are doing it. You've come a long way, and you are rocking this, girl. You are rocking it, right? You are doing this, okay? And you got this. And we all got this. So that's it. Thank you so much for coming to this podcast again. I'm about to go eat some food, get some coffee, because I had some coffee the other day, y'all. It was a cold, macchiato. Anyway, moving on. But I'm about to eat some coffee. I'm about to go relax, and I'm about to chill. And, yeah, I will see you guys next week. This is actually going to post on Tuesday, because I've been trying to get the Tuesday calendar going on. But, yeah, I'm going to post this, and I love you guys. Also, I will link my other 2 podcasts in this if you want to see that. I also have music out, all types of things, and your girl's about to get on TikTok and do some foolishness. Because like I said, all the social media has cons, social media has pros. It's just about how you use it and how you go about it and how you perceive it and all those kind of things, right? But anyway, I'm rambling because I'm a rambler and I'm a talker, which is why I have a podcast. All right, I'm about to go. Love you all. You guys are great. Thank you for coming again. If you're new, please please subscribe, right? Come back again. Turn on your post notifications and all those good things. And Ginger, take us out. Ginger snaps. Stop chasing money. Upward mobility, feel like I'm constantly fighting my sanity, cause I'm a strict routine trying to get out of screen. Capital is a thing, feeling like a machine trying to get out of steam. Upward mobility, feel like I'm constantly fighting my sanity, cause I'm a strict routine trying to get out of screen. Capital is a thing, feeling like a machine trying to get out of steam.